It is a tremendous honor for the Coalition Against Stalkerware to receive MAAWG's 2021 J.D. Falk Award. What an incredible recognition of this collective's ongoing efforts to raise awareness about the threat of stalkerware as an issue of technology-facilitated gender-based violence, and to protect survivors of domestic abuse and intimate partner violence and others from this malicious software. Stalkerware is commercially available surveillance software used to monitor the activity of a person's device without their knowledge or consent. It is often used in interpersonal or intimate partner relationships, and the software can track locations, log calls and texts, capture browsing history, access social media accounts, spoof text messages from a person's device, turn on a device's camera or microphone, retrieve deleted text and photos, etc. This form of digital surveillance can lead to both online and offline harm, like stalking, harassment, abuse, and physical or sexual violence. And it is only one form of technology-facilitated gender-based violence a survivor or targeted individual may experience, and it often co-occurs with other forms of gender-based violence. Formed nearly 2 years ago with 10 founding partner organizations, the Coalition Against Stalkerware now has over 40 organizations across the globe, ranging from domestic abuse advocacy and direct service organizations, academia, information technology and security companies, and civil society and digital rights groups. The coalition seeks to prevent and mitigate the various harms of stalkerware and other forms of technology-facilitated gender-based violence through technical assistance to support service organizations, engage various stakeholder communities like law enforcement, government, media, tech, and academia, and sharing stalkerware samples to increase detection and mitigation by cybersecurity vendors. This work continues as the coalition enters its third year, and we welcome additional partner organizations to inform and influence our work. To that end, I would like to issue a call to action for the MAAWG community. Industry has often reacted to stalkerware and other forms of surveillance software as a technical issue, one where forensic detection and traditional cybersecurity hygiene were the primary means of response and defense. However, through the work of the coalition, its tech sector partners have learned that stalkerware is not a tech issue. It is first and foremost an issue of abuse and representative of the overall society's tendency to ignore gender-based violence. In order to fully address the increasingly commonplace of technology to facilitate intimate partner violence, domestic abuse, or coercive control, industry, government, media, academia, and others must recognize the trauma experienced by those targeted and affected, the factors that drive abuse and perpetrators to seek power and control through the use of technology, the societal permissions given for such abuse and violence to continue to occur, and the seeming lack of consistent consequences for those kinds of abuse and violence. Threat modeling and anti-abuse efforts should account for both unknown third-party adversaries and interpersonal threats. Traditional definitions of abuse should expand beyond anti-spam and anti-fraud and sometimes online harassment to include broader forms of technology-enabled, technology-facilitated abuse and coercive control. In addition to, or as an expansion of, security and privacy by design, the community should develop and advance safety by design principles, accounting for those interpersonal threats as well as third-party adversarial threats. I highly recommend that the community at MAAWG and others consult with professionals and practitioners focused on gender-based violence to consider how existing and emerging anti-abuse practices can better support the most vulnerable online users. It is my contention that protecting the most vulnerable among us can lead to similar, if not better, security and privacy outcomes under current paradigms. Again, on behalf of the Coalition Against Stalkerware, thank you to MAAWG for this award. We are appreciative beyond words and look forward to engaging with the community during the Q&A session at the 53rd General Meeting.